Sometimes the triggers, I'll be like, what the fuck is that? There be some words that I'm like, I ain't never heard that
I
before.
never heard that shit in my
I
life.
ain't never heard that, but I want that to happen to me. I don't know what it is though.
And it goes a little something like.
Thanks for tuning into the Spicy Booknook, where we discuss all of our favorite and not so favorite dark and dirty book series. We're your hosts, Aj
and Tay. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Today we will be reviewing Carnage by Sarah Bailey. Please be aware that there will be spoilers and explicit content for mature audiences only. Triggers for this book include graphic violence, domestic violence, abuse, drug use, infertility, scarification, drugging, kidnapping, mention of suicide, graphic sexual content, including but not limited to dubcon, non-con, CNC, primal, degradation, praise, bondage, shibari rope play, blood play, knife play, edging, voyeurism, anal, double penetration, and face fucking.
God damn.
I
This book,
missed trigger warnings.
this book had it all. It was so lovely. It was so lovely.
Man, I don't think I've said trigger warnings in a long time.
No, for real. This was this one definitely had that list was needed.
Very much so. Because I was not expecting the shit that happened in this book. Not at all.
No, it was really I was really shocked. Like, I mean, the cover doesn't really give much away, like you don't really get much from it. So I'm like, I didn't really know what to expect. I just picked it because I was like, oh, 4 horsemen. That means there's going to be 4 men. And that's just what I assumed. And I was correct. See? I
Yeah.
was very happy with my choice because that's literally, I was like, oh, 4 horsemen? It's about to be 4 of them. That's what
Yeah.
I'm here for. That's what I'm here for.
Shout out to you for
Shout out
picking this
to
book. Shout out
me.
to Sarah Bailey for writing this book because I really enjoyed it.
I did too. What would you rate this one?
About a 4.3, 4.5, like between that range. I guess a 4.4.
Not between that range.
What about
I
you?
I would say probably like a 4.3. I will say like part of the story I wanted to get to the why. I don't like to wait. So
Yeah.
a lot of it is like a mystery and it's just like I'm like just tell me what the fuck happened. So a short synopsis of this one is we have our main character Scarlet and something happens to her to where she loses her memory and we have the 4 horsemen who are like the rulers of like the financial industry. So they like rule everything. And they knew her before she lost her memory. That's pretty much all we know. We don't have like much of an in. But she is sent to infiltrate their little, I don't know, what would you call it?
I guess their business. Like,
Yeah, like their business. And they know her obviously from before, but she like has no clue that she has a past with them. And so she's going there to pretend to work there to get the in on everything. And they pretty much all are like falling for this girl because whatever their past was with her, they all had like their own little past with her. But we don't know. And that's why I rated it like a 4.3 because even through the book, like they keep referencing the past that they've had with her, but we don't get it in on what happened.
I
We don't
agree.
know we don't know like what happened in the accident to make her lose her memory. We don't know, like we don't really get that information. So that's why I
Yeah,
rated it that cuz
I
like
agree.
if I get to the end of the book and I still don't know why, like I don't want to find out in the like obviously I really enjoyed this book, so I'm going to read the other ones, but
Yeah.
like I just want to find it out in the first book. I don't want to have to read to figure out what happened. Just tell us what the fuck happened.
No, I agree with that because it's like I really enjoyed the book, but I felt like every time something popped up, I was like, well, who are her parents and why do they want to, you know,
Yes,
want her to infiltrate that? And then I was like, well, why are they so in love with her? Like, what happened in the past that makes them feel like this? And then they'll bring up the past, like with the boys, and I'll be like, oh, like, well, what happened? Like, I kept questioning, and the fact that nothing tied in, not even one storyline, I was kind of disappointed in that. But
I
for
just wanted answers. Give me
yeah,
some
it's like I,
answers.
I I wanted one answer, and I feel like one would suffice and like gave us a little bit of something, but like shit, we didn't get a lot. But I will say that I understand because there are a couple books in this series, so I will
Yeah.
like, and I will still give it a chance. But like I am definitely a part one girly. Like give me as much information as you
Yes.
can in part one. And then part two, make it just as interesting, and I'm going to continue to read it. But I feel like this was still interesting. I just felt like it started off a little slow because all the questions that we were waiting for were like it was like an anticipation for like a climax for him, and we never really got that.
I agree. That's where I was like, okay, we got like the story, but we know they knew her somehow, but like, how did they know her? What happened during the accident? Like, we didn't get that. So that just drove me nuts. But the sex scenes, 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah,
10 out
definitely.
of 10. 10
What
out
do
of
we
10.
call it? The spicy peppers? Give them 5, 10 spicy peppers.
All the
It was
spicy
really
peppers.
good.
Just
All the
throw the
spicy
spicy
peppers.
peppers. They're everywhere. It was great.
No,
Like,
because as soon as chapter 25 hit, I was like, oh, this is spicy. I was like, and then 26 hit, and I was like, oh shit.
and then 27, jaw to the floor.
Yeah, 27 really had me like, oh, I love this book. This is what I needed to read. This was like a great start to April,
This is what we came for.
pretty much. And I was very much satisfied with it.
So, oh yeah, so pretty much after she gets the job, yeah, they all want to fuck her, and she like wants to fuck all them. So,
But see, like they want to fuck her because they know that she's infiltrating. Like they already are 10 steps ahead of her. They're like, we know you want to like get information, but like we also want to play you because we know that we want you back home with us. For whatever reason, they love this girl and like they want her to be with them, but they know that she's in a predicament where she can't be because her parents are trying to infiltrate for whatever reason. And that's where like we lose that connection with the whys, but we still are like interested in like what's going on. But anyways, they know what she's up to, and they're not having that. So they're like, we're gonna fuck her. And she's like, I don't fuck me. Like
they're literally like, I don't know what if they're like, we're just gonna fuck this girl's brains out, and she's gonna forget her whole operation. But baby, it's working. It's working. But I'm like, because they really, I swear, they're really like, we're just gonna all just fuck this girl silly, and she's just not gonna know which way is which.
man, the way that they did it, I was like, oh, like sensory deprivation. Like, come on now.
I ain't
Because
never had that happen to me. I'm trying to see what that be
I'm
like.
trying to see what that be like. Come on now.
I was like that is so crazy. That one, you the last thing you don't even remember what the hell is going on. You wake up, you can't see, you can't hear, baby. That's just
And you
crazy,
hear 4 men around you?
crazy.
Crazy. But I mean, she was rocking with it. She was like, and
She,
she was taking it like a champ. I will say she was. They was like, I mean, even I think who was it who had her in the office that was like, take off your skirt, and she was like,
that was Mr. Prescott, and
mm.
I love him. He's my favorite. He absolutely is my favorite.
As the book went on, I was like, I love Prescott. Like at first, I was like, Drake, Drake, Drake,
I wanted. I thought we was gonna get
Drake.
more from Drake. You know, I really. You know what I thought Drake was gonna be like. I assumed we would get like what was his name? Ryder from Dinner Vipers.
Yeah, and that's
Like that was the vibe. It was very much like
do as
do
I
as I
say.
say.
Hmm.
And I was so here for it. And then we just didn't get like enough of Drake and her. Like
Yeah. I feel like in
so
the next couple books he better be in it, baby, because I need some more Drake.
because I was really excited for him, like because I was like, okay, he already has the energy that I'm rocking with. Like he already is very like, I'm the boss. I tell you what to do. You do it. Like I'm not fucking around with you. I'm not playing games. So I was like, okay, I'm here for it. Like
He
I
was
like him.
giving me Vane, like Daddy Vane,
Yeah,
because like
it
he was.
was. It
Yeah.
definitely was. But then we just didn't get enough. And then I don't know. Francis was just like he was fine. Like, they all have like a certain, little energy to them. But I don't know. Prescott was just like my favorite.
And West was he was wild. I liked him when he like my favorite part was when he fucked her in the like he like finger fucked her at the party
Hmm.
and in front of like everybody. I was like, "Okay. All right. You're
And
wild."
then she was shook.
Oh, she was mad. She was hot. She was like, "Hell no. He had me fucked up." And
And then ended up leaving with
Prescott,
Prescott. Like, I just, that was crazy.
I will
This was
say
like such a wild ride of a book.
yeah, I will say Shawty got like a very strong pussy because
For
she was
real.
going day to day, back to back, okay? Man after
Like,
man.
she was. And then, like, I mean, in the first scene with all four of them, like, she was really taking it
That was fire. They was everywhere.
everywhere. And she didn't ask no questions or nothing. She was just like, this is what I'm here for.
She was like, "Baby, I'm on faucet. Keep going, okay?"
Like, did not care.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think my least favorite was probably Wes.
Really?
Yeah, out of all of them. Like I liked him, but I don't think I liked him like as much as the other. I did like just his asshole vibes because it did remind me of Vane.
Yeah.
As like in the beginning, remember how much he like just treated Winnie like complete shit. So it reminded me like Wes kind of gave me those vibes, but I don't know. He just wasn't. I would say like Prescott and Drake were like my favorite, and then Francis was just he's just extra there.
Yeah, Francis was like my extra, like he was just in the background. And I feel like that's like we need some more of these men because I was I was enjoying their stories. Like I liked hearing like their background and how they talked about each other and like them talking shit and like you can see like there was a connection that was building, so I feel like in the next book we might get some more of that connection, which is cool. But I'm like I
Hmm.
really wish I guess I just wish the book was longer or because I wouldn't say I would want any details cut out of it because it was
Yeah.
very it was very detailed. I pictured like the tuxedo scene with all four of them like dressed up in the tuxedos and stuff. I was like, okay, all
Hmm.
right. Like, it was very descriptive, and I enjoyed that part. So, I would just say it needed to be longer and have some more like, I want her parents to show up and explain some things.
Yeah, I was just a little. And then we have Mason, who is her friend, but he's supposed to be kind of her babysitter at this rate,
Mm.
making sure she don't do nothing stupid. And it's so funny because you could tell, like right off the bat, he's like, "Girl, don't you fuck these men." And then when they get into that argument, and she's like, "That's why I fucked all four of them." I was like, "Ah!"
Said, I was taking 4 dicks the other day, like
I said, "What? Not you telling him that to his face, girl? You are crazy." I'm like, "He's about to send you back, and you're never gonna be allowed out of the house again. What are you doing?"
right, because it was like she was locked up like fucking Fiona and Shrek, and it was like, "Girl, you're
Yeah.
gonna go back to the dungeon and Like, that's all she could really think about, and I'm like, "Why would you say that if that's all that you're thinking about?" Like, you know he has the power to do that. But I guess she felt like her 4 horsemen were more powerful.
Which, yeah, but I was like, girl, you are crazy. And then he, had to hem her up. Because he's like, come again and say what? You fucked
Yeah.
all 4 of them. And that's crazy. Because imagine telling this girl, like, not to get involved with any of them. And then she tells you she fucked all 4 of them.
Girl, I said none.
And
0.
I was like, well, shit. I was like, here we go. And then, of course, I already knew, um, I'm a fan of the whole don't put your hands on her trope.
Yeah,
Don't
me
ever touch
too.
her again trope. So as soon as he like grabbed her and left the marks on her, I was like,
It's up.
now he's about to die. I
But
already knew it.
I
I
didn't
didn't
expect the
I
end.
didn't see the ending coming though. That I knew, like I was like, he gonna die, but the ending I did not see coming at
Me
all.
either. That's what I was like, "Oh, well, shit. That's new."
Yeah. The ending was good. Like I finished it and I just had to sit there for a second, like, wow, they really they really did my girl dirty.
Yeah, I was like, "Damn," like, I didn't expect all that to happen. I texted you. I was like, "What the fuck was that ending?" Like,
For real, I did not see that coming. But I don't know, Mason, I could like I felt like he liked her from the
yeah,
beginning.
and wasn't it he
You know,
like her brother?
I don't see. I again am confused on like that. Like I just thought he was like a friend.
Maybe I was tripping. I don't know why I thought it was her brother, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
That, that was a little weird, but I was like, you could tell he like liked her, and
Yeah,
so
maybe he was like a brother. I don't know.
I'm like, not you liking her, and then she's telling you she took 4 dicks the other day. That's crazy. Would
I'm
suck to be you.
I would be so mad if I was like that dude. Like, that's even worse than being like a just, a
Yeah, and
friend
that's
zone ass friend. Like, she told you straight up, there were 4 dicks, okay? Like, it
so
wasn't just one man.
he had to hem her up.
No, he didn't. He did not have to do all of that
He
bullshit.
said, "You ain't about to embarrass me." I really did like this book. I was like, the spicy scenes were like so good for us coming from not reading like a dark romance in a while. With like
Yeah.
really spicy, like, and then for it to be a reverse harem, which is like chef's kiss, love that. But they was fucking.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they was fucking. And I was like, it was sort of in some way passionate. I was rough, don't get me wrong, but like you can tell like these men cared for her.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, they had like a deep caring for her. And the fact that like she didn't recognize them from when they were younger for whatever, like they went through like all of that stuff, like I feel like they really gave a fuck about her and it showed.
And I just want to know what happened. Like what?
Literally, I need to know. I'm like, I'm ready to read this next
Like
book.
getting to the end of the book and still not knowing was really killing me because I'm like, so we just don't find out what the fuck happened,
Right. And
whatever accident, and she don't fucking remember shit. Like we just don't find out. I was mad because I'm like, what the fuck was that?
no, I agree. I feel
Did you
like
have a favorite sex scene?
yeah, the one where oh boy was Wes was all up in public and he pissed her off because he was fingering her. I loved that shit. Like he was just like and then I don't know, I really liked the scene with Drake because Drake was just like he was super dominant, but I don't know. Those were my two favorite.
I think my favorite was the one with Prescott. And when he told her, pull up your skirt, sit on my desk, and spread your legs,
Oh.
I was like, here we go. I was like, here we go. This is what I've been waiting for.
No, for
Like,
real.
I just think I like Prescott because he's a talker.
He is
You
a
know, like
talker.
he was very much like, I'm just gonna talk to you, and then I want you to tell me all the things I'm doing to you and how they make you feel, and I'm just like that mouth of his. I was like, this is yep. I'm like, this is it. This is the one. That's like what solidified him being my favorite. I was like, he's a talker. I
Uh,
love that.
Drake is only my favorite because like his dominance was like just it was there. Like he gave it all and he was not playing. He was very like certain with his words and I love that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I will say like this book, as far as like me highlighting the spicy scenes, this book had a lot of highlights, baby. Because normally, it'd be like every here, there, so I can remember like quotes and stuff. When I say this book had all of it, like I was like, God damn. Once we got past chapter, 26, then it was just like highlight, 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 highlight.
Yeah,
Like
really
they're everywhere.
26 went hard. Like after 26 hit, I was like, "Oh, this is where it goes absolutely left." And I'm following, okay?
And then Drake is just like, I love a good call me sir, a good
Uh-huh.
yes sir, no sir. I love that. So that was one where I was like, okay, as soon as he was like telling her, like, and he's just so dominant, and
Yeah.
he clearly is not playing no fucking games with her. And I love that. So as soon as that, I was like, oh, a yes sir. I love a good yes sir.
Because
Love
yes,
that.
sir, I'm gonna do whatever the hell you
Love
want me to
that.
do.
Yep, I was here for it.
I'm like, I really hope that Sarah wrote a crawl to me scene in one of these books
Oh my
because
god, I love a good
I
crawl to me.
need
I will
it.
literally die. I will die because the way that they just, and then Prescott, he's like one that's always, asking her to beg, and I also love that.
Oh, yes.
I love one thing about me, I love a good crawl to me. I love a
Beg
beg.
for
I
it.
love a
Mm.
yes sir. All that shit. I love all that shit. So I was like, yep, okay. I was like, I was like, we're going somewhere. And then after that, I was like, see, this is why he is my favorite, because he literally is like, I'm going to talk to you and I'm going to make you go so crazy that you're literally begging me.
You know
I love
what? You're right.
it. Scarlett was such a lucky girl. Such a lucky girl.
Beyond lucky. She had more luck than we thought. Okay. She thinks she's unlucky, but baby, you living.
You're living life, okay? Live your life, girl. So hopefully, I guess in the next book we'll find out some more
Yeah. Hopefully
about the
so.
story. But I did really love this one because the spice scenes alone, I was like, see, this is what I want to read when I'm coming out of a book slump. Like when I'm like, oh, I don't really want to read.
Yeah,
Like this is what I want to read.
I agree.
4 at a time. That's what I'm trying to read.
No, literally, I was like, is April reverse harem month? Because this
Because
was
baby,
great.
I love it here. I don't ever want to leave.
Yeah, no, this definitely, I never want to leave. This was so
I
great.
never want to leave. I love it here.
I love that. I love it here. And I love this book. I absolutely love this book. I thought it was really good.
It was good. I was on TikTok and I seen like some, you know, like some reviews. They did not like it, but baby,
I did.
really, I I'm such a like porn over plot. Like I don't really care, honestly. Like your book could have such a shit plot, but
And I
if
didn't
they,
think this one had a shit plot. I just think it was missing some things, and I think those things that are missing will be in the next upcoming books. Like I don't think it was just like it fell flat. I feel like if this was book 1 and I had to wait, maybe I would feel like that, but the fact that book 2 is already out, baby, I'm not tripping.
yeah, I'm definitely a porn over plot. Like I know people like are like the whole point of reading it. I fuck that. I don't care about none of that shit. I'm porn over plot. I don't
Porn
care.
over plot.
The plot could not be there. But baby, they fucking her silly and treating her like a princess. I'm here for it. That's all I want.
That's
That's
all
all I
I
want.
need. Okay.
That's all I want.
Maybe I'm not crazy because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, you know what? I definitely enjoyed this porn over the plot in this
Hmm.
book.
Yeah, like the plot wasn't bad, but let's be clear, that's not why I picked this book.
Yeah, period. I didn't
This is not why I
pick
picked
up
this
a
book up.
book with four men for no reason. I knew what I was looking for.
When I seen Four Horsemen, I was like, oh, in my mind immediately, it went to the gutter. And
Um,
that's why I picked the book.
y'all watch Twitter porn. We read books, okay?
There we go.
That's what happens, and that's just what it is.
Absolutely.
And we're living this, you know,
So, if you're looking for a book
this
that
the one.
that got four on one, this the one, baby. This
Mm-hmm.
this this the one.
The
This one will do it.
aftercare is there. The sex scenes are there. The love is there. The things there. Come on now, this the one.
This one will do it.
Yes.
Definitely. So thank you guys for listening, and I hope you go read this book because it is so filthy and I love it.
Yes. Welcome to Spicy April.
For real. So we will see you guys on Monday. Thank you
Yes,
for
this is
listening.
Monday. Thank you. Bye.
And it goes